this is to both of you. You're detoxing.
Hmm.
Your dreams are detoxing. And the fact that you can have that come up, the bubbling up that I talk about, that's bubbling up. What's that doing? It's releasing it out of you so that there's new space for something new to come in.
Mm.
It's got to come out for something new to come in. It's like a bank account. You got to make a deposit. But the deposit is all the investment in time, energy, money that you're doing in your inner work. Okay. And now what's coming out of that is the return on investment is it doesn't feel like it right now, but when that stuff comes out of you, I want you to get, oh, that's progress because it's coming out of me. Sometimes it's healthy, sometimes it's not. For the other person, in your case, Aubrey, you're going to have to live with some stuff that you're not going to like. And Kimberly, you're going to have to live with some stuff about he's going through that you're not going to like. And that's where you guys learn it's time. How do I come under them? Well, I'm not in a place. I don't want to come under you right now. I want you to come under me. Okay, fine. I'm not there either. So let's go part our ways. We'll just come under ourselves for right now. We'll ask the Lord to come to us and then we'll come back. That's where you guys are right now is realizing when you can't get there together, it's okay. You need your alone time. And Aubrey, you do it differently than Kimberly does, and it's perfectly okay. Go ahead, Aubrey.
And it creates a vicious cycle because instead of going underneath her and lifting her up, it's all about me. And so you just keep vomiting, and then the vomit just creates more vomit, and it goes worse and worse.
Really over both of you, not just yourself. Now it goes over both
Yeah,
of you.
honestly, sometimes I'm just so full of it, and I bury her in it.
Yeah, well, that's what happens is you both, you were attacking, and the whole thing we want you to experiment with is to notice, oh, I'm not in a good place, so I'm now taking it out on them. I'm not coming under it, the other person. And notice when you're happiest in life, when is that?
Well,
When
where
you're
you
When we're
feel
at peace.
when you're giving yourself away, when you're serving, when you're doing something for other people, that tends to be the happiest time.
yeah.
When Kim warned me that stuff was coming out of her and to expect, her to feel raw emotion and stuff, it was easy for me to come underneath her and support her. But because I was forewarned and I was expecting it. But I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't forewarned. And so instead of saying, hold on, she's having a tough time, I just said, ouch, and I retaliated. I
Well,
need to become more sensitive and understanding as to what is happening so that I can then change my attitude to help and support her and not take it as a personal affront.
and how can you do that, Aubrey? What's your practical way you can do that for you? How can you be there more for her?
I need to become more sensitive to what's going on and less sensitive to, oh, oh me, oh my.
Right. The stuff coming out of the mouth.
Yeah.
To the degree, and this is true for both of you, to the degree, Aubrey, that you take care of yourself will be the degree that you can serve her. And Kimberly, to the degree that you take care of yourself is the degree that you will be able to be there for Aubrey. It's the opposite of what we normally think. So I know when I'm not in a good place, I will put it on Linda. When I'm in a good place, I'll take responsibility for my part. And then that makes it easier for her, just like what you said, Aubrey. So there's two pieces to this. Kimberly, what percentage of the time would you say you're not in a healthy state in general, based on your awareness at this time? What percentage of the time is there toxicity in you at a level that
Quite a bit.
out of 100%? And Aubrey, I want your answer on yourself too. What percentage of the time would you say you're in, I'm just going to use the word toxicity.
And that doesn't necessarily mean I'm lashing out. It's in here.
Right.
Right.
As well.
It's an inner thing, not external.
Oh, I'm going to say at least 90%.
Okay. Aubrey, how about for you?
Same.
Yeah. So my numbers for
I
both
start-
of you were,
I start, the seed gets planted by something Kim says.
Yeah, but it's not even
And-
just that.
And then my mind explodes and it starts churning and churning and churning. And one bad thought leads to another and another, and it keeps growing and building until
eruption.
Yeah, and I added mine at the 90%, not even any relation to him and I. It can be
Correct.
when I'm out and about and just see something, like I was saying that one day, or in wherever the heck we live. I was just recognizing how this value judging that I'm doing, whether it's conscious or unconscious, because it's still there unconsciously, and I still react and catch that I'm doing it. I'm hurting myself.
Mhm.
So that 90% includes all that. Not just when him and I are at it. It's overall.
no,
Yeah, I'm not
I
even
wasn't
talking
meaning
about-
just you.
No.
I was using that as an example.
No, okay.
All right. I'm
So
meaning
what Aubrey, what percentage of the time are you inside you? Not, in other words, my question isn't about your relationship with each other.
Mhm.
It's about how are you feeling? What percentage of the time do you feel that you've got toxic thoughts or unhealthy stuff going on permeating inside of you?
Probably 85 to 90%.
Okay. So yeah, my number was 95% for both of you individually. The number isn't as important as just the awareness of it. So now, what does that mean? If we just told you we're operating at 95% toxicity, what would that tell you about how our interactions are going to go day to day?
Negative, very negative.
Yeah. Not gonna
So,
be good.
so Aubrey, what you said is that you need to be able to recognize where she's coming from, and it helps you when she tells you. That would be wonderful. However, where you both are is you may not be too aware to be able to do that. So here's what I'm suggesting that you both do is assume, or no, wait, I'm going to reframe that. Understand that the majority of the time it's toxic. So if you knew that your spouse was toxic most of the time, wouldn't that make it easier for you to come under them because you know they're coming from a place that they don't even like either?
It would, depending on the mood I am in.
All right. So it all starts with each of you as individuals, which is how come we're working on you as individuals first, because you can't give what you don't have.
Mhm.
And so the challenge is you're both living in this toxicity and you're married and you're living together and you're trying to survive.
Yeah.
And so you're thinking you're normal and you're not normal. So what I'm suggesting to you is understand that you're both in the intensive care unit, and every time you're coming to visit each other, you know they're probably not in a good place. And what do you do when somebody's in intensive care unit? You be there for them as best you can. And if you can't, just say to the person, honey, I'm not in a place to be very loving to you right now. And so to keep the tragedy from happening, I'm going to go do my own thing. I'm going to go take a walk. I'm going to go take a drive. I'm going to go to my room. And it's nothing personal. It's just that's where I'm at right now. So could you practice that? So in other words, warning, warning, warning. Can you practice giving each other a warning as best you can? But I'm also suggesting to you that based on where you are right now, assume the worst. So when it happens, oh, okay, we're just having a moment. It's not good. I don't know what's going on. Not a big deal. It's a big deal that we deal with it, but I don't need to make it a big deal. Now, I know what I just said is easy right now, and you'll test it.
Mm-hmm.
But very simply is, if I want to kill, what's going on in me? Let me take a pause. Let me pull back. Let me take a break. I need a break, honey. Aubrey, was there anything else you wanted to bring up? Share.
I love my wife.
And what's one specific thing you love about her? Which Aubrey, Kimberly, what I just did is what you can do to make it so that you can receive it. What's one thing you love about me?
I love the way she
Tell her,
communicates.
I love the way you.
I love the way you communicate with the Lord and how he speaks to you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And one of the things I love about you, Aubrey, is
And one of the things I love about you is you're just so smart, intelligent, and funny.
Thank you.
Aubrey, what I'm taking away from today is, and Kimberly, I'm going to ask you that same question.
What I'm taking away from today is to be less self-centered and to go under Kim and lift her up more so that we both benefit at the same time.
Awesome. Kimberly?
Mine is just that revelation of me having to basically speak his language, what he needs, and not what I assume or because it's my way. Because everything's my way, just the bottom line. So I need to break free of that and learn to look what his needs are above my own, or way I think.
And so for someone who may listen to what you just said, who that couple is in pain and they're wondering what they can do to break free of the things you've just talked about, what suggestions would you give them?
Gosh, I think for me, it's just happening. It's the revelations, it's that timing because of allowing myself to see what I'm doing to somebody else is causing me to be like a light bulb, don't always see it. But it's just those revelations is the only thing. It's God giving them to me and just praying for the help but putting forth my efforts to look at myself first before trying to look at him, even though when I'm going off on my rampage inside, looking at me and what am I doing? That's probably the biggest thing.
We all say that do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Yes, and that is very true. But what is the end result? We read it in the Word of God and we only think of it in finances. It's give and it shall be given unto you good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Because whatsoever you sow, you will also reap. So when you're sowing in anger and bitterness, what are you going to reap? Anger and bitterness in return. So when I see that Kim is hurting and she's expressing it, even if it's in a mean and nasty way, I should treat her with gentleness, love, and compassion. And that will help dissipate it, and it will return to me as well.
All right. So, Aubrey and Kimberly, for a couple that may be listening to you right now and they're not feeling hopeful, they think that there's no way through what they're going through and the struggles you've been through. You loved, you hated, and you still persist. What would you say to a couple who's trying to figure out if making this journey is worth it? What would you tell them?
It's not an easy journey. It's not at all. But you press on. And I think for me, the biggest thing, like I have said before, is a revelation of what I'm doing to him. And also being able to look at his needs above my own needs. And really, if it boils down to, is dying to my own self. It's really what it boils down to, is dying to myself. Because it's not about me, even though I make everything about me. I'm starting to recognize in my own self that that's exactly what I do. It's all about my way, my thoughts, my whatevers. When really I'm dealing with another person who has completely different needs, completely different thoughts. And it's not easy, but I'm at that place now where I'm recognizing what I'm doing, even though I may be vomiting out the mouth. I'm recognizing it and I'm asking myself within what is going on, what's happening. And that's the crucial thing for me. And that's where I start getting revelations.
Aubrey, how about you?
When someone starts going off on me, I need to stop and think and realize, because we all know, we've heard it how many times in the past, and everyone tells you the same thing: do unto others as you would have done unto you. That's fine. So don't have the idea or the mindset, well, she's doing this to me, so I am now at liberty to do that back. Be of the mindset, how can I go and lift her up by being kind and compassionate so that it helps the other person to recover? All right. The Bible tells us, and it's not only about money. Give, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, shall men give unto your bosom. It's about how you perceive and help others, and they in turn will rise up and help you.
Mm-hmm. It's like you judge someone, you're going to get judged the same way back, even more, right? It's everything that we do to someone is going to come back to us. And it's like, so if I'm treating him horribly, what's going to happen? It's going to come back to me tenfold, right? But on that flip side, if I'm praying for him for healing, then that's where my healing is going to come. It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever I want for me, I pray for him. I want my healing. I pray for healing for my husband. I want his heart to be healed. I'm praying for the same thing for myself.
The Bible talks about this all the time. It talks about sowing a seed, watering it, and it'll bear fruit. So whatever seed you sow will bear fruit if you keep watering it. So if you're sowing a bad seed, stop watering it.
Right. Aubrey, so great.
Let it die.
Yes, yes.
Sow a good seed, water it, fertilize it, let it grow and bear fruit.
Yes, yes. And Kimberly, what you said was beautiful too. It was magnificent. It was truly magnificent. It really, really